Good day. Welcome to another session of It's My Life, It's My Responsibility. In this session, I want to point out that if you're going to take responsibility over your life, you have to recognize that your enemies are necessary. It was over a decade ago that I woke up on a Sunday morning, went outside and was greeted by black ice. Being from the Bahamas, I didn't know what black ice was, but soon found out after slipping and sliding and taking several spills on the way to my car. When I finally got to my car, I started the engine, put the car in drive, and proceeded to go to church. But the car began behaving the way I did. Instead of it moving forward, it slipped and slid backwards into an embankment. And no matter how hard I tried to gain control, I was unable to. Because the tires on the car met no traction, no resistance, no opposition from the ice below. Fortunately, the car came to a stop. I parked it, got out, called the church, told the secretary what had happened, and asked her to send me a church bus to pick me up. The secretary assured me that she would. But before getting off the phone, she instructed me to make my way to the main highway where there was no black ice. I got off the phone, estimated the time that the bus would arrive, and then began making my way towards the main highway. But a walk that should have taken me less than a minute turned into 20 minutes. It took me longer than I expected to reach the main highway because the black ice below offered me no traction, no resistance, no opposition. So instead of me moving expeditiously towards my destiny, I end up slipping and sliding and spending more time on my way towards it. Some of you would rather slip and slide your way through life. You would rather go through life with ease, without haters, without naysayers, without enemies. That's why you're always praying to God for God to kill them, to bring them to open shame, to pluck them out of the land of the living, to suffer not a witch to live. But what you don't realize is that your enemies are offering you traction, resistance, a struggle, opposition that was allowed not to stop you from going to another level, but was designed to speed up the time that you get there. You are taking longer to get where you're supposed to be because you're trying to avoid people and how they feel and their opinions and what they have to say. You're trying to avoid struggle. You're trying to avoid the attack. But God wants to spread the table before you, not in the absence of your enemy, but in the presence of them. The attack on your life was necessary. The rejection was necessary. The enemies in your life are necessary. If the truth be told, it is your enemies who kept you grounded, kept you controlled, kept you determined, focused, on your toes, on your knees. It's your enemies who have made you sharper, stronger, wiser, and better. They were the chisel and the hammer that God was using to mold and shape you into the person that you need to be. So instead of resenting people who made things difficult and who made things hard for you, you ought to be thanking God that they played a role in making you the person that you are today. You have to let certain people go. You have to let certain people go. Let go of your father who walked away and never looked back. Release yourself from the uncle who touched you the wrong way. Free yourself from the ex who thought that you couldn't make it without them. They were necessary. Jesus told his disciples in Luke chapter 17 verse 1. He said that offenses will come. You will have enemies. You will be faced with opposition. Instead of praying for them to die, ask for wisdom and wherewithal to overcome them. Instead of wilting and running away, ask for boldness to face them. You ought not to be surprised by the enemies who mount an attack against you. They are simply confirming that there's a call and there's a destiny on your life. They are necessary. So as you go through this thing called life, remember that you are a victor and not a victim. So rest hands on your chest and declare, it's my life, it's my responsibility. Until next time, this is Pastor Eddie Monroe letting you know that you can make it, you can take it, you were built for it. Peace.